This is our
If
favorite.
you have legal matters that involve firearms, and you need to call California's firearm lawyer, John Dillon, we need to get back in. If you have questions about red flag laws, gun registration, gun transportation, or maybe you just need to know that your guns are California compliant,
Gabby's online.
call our trusted firearms attorney, John Dillon. John Dillon specializes in California gun laws. You can call him at 760-642-7150, or you can visit his website at DillonLawGP.com.
Okay, Bearing Arms writes, Olympian Gabby Franco censored on LinkedIn. This was written by the Pen Patriot, John Petrolino, better known as the Gabagool Patriot. Olympian Gabby Franco and I chatted almost a full year ago, John writes, back at the end of January 2022. It was great to play catch-up with the Olympian turned advocate and competitive shooter. Franco was also on Top Shot, et cetera, et cetera. Goes on to talk about that Gabby was, for whatever reason, censored by LinkedIn, which we don't normally think of as, I'm not even sure how they would censor. I don't really spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, but Joe, you're fairly familiar with LinkedIn.
Yeah, I used to, when I was doing that kind of work, I was there for a lot. I was on there a lot, but I do post blogs on one of their politics and American culture or something.
Oh, so they have like interesting.
Yeah, they have all sorts of groups on there. But yeah, I didn't think that they didn't seem like a real, like a real woke group, I guess, that they do that kind of stuff. That's surprising. I'm interested to hear Gabby's story here.
Well, then let's get to Gabby. Gabby, how are you?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for calling in. What a pleasure it is to hear from you. I'm dying. I'm on the edge of my seat to know exactly what happened with LinkedIn. You know what he should have called? I'm gonna call John after this. I'm gonna tell him that the name of this story should have been LinkedIn Locked Out. So tell us what happened with LinkedIn. What was the problem?
Well, so this is not, I mean, even though you guys is the first time you hear this, but it has been happening to me for quite a while. This is the third time in a row that I post something related specifically with firearms that I get banned. The second time I was like baffled, and I actually disputed it because it was a video, a shooting tip that had nothing to do with shooting per se. Like I was not teaching how to shoot the gun or anything like that. I was actually telling people, if you don't, if your training doesn't go well, make sure that you learn something. And I said that in a sense that could help you in any aspect of your life, right? No big deal. I thought it was a very good tip, very good lesson, and boom, got banned.
So the video did the video actually was there a gun in the video, or were you just kind of talking to the camera?
Yeah. No. There was like me in the shooting range, just shooting in the shooting range, and me in the background speaking up. And so they banned it. And then when I disputed it, not only they put that down, but they also brought other stuff from the past. So it's almost like they went back to my profile and they say, oh, this one and this one and this one. I'm like, wait a second.
LinkedIn's been carrying stuff around in its purse, just waiting to pounce.
Right, so
unresolved issues between you and LinkedIn, and they just poured it all out on you, huh?
I don't know. And so it took me a little while. I started putting some other stuff in the media, and then I thought, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to just put this. It's about PRS because I'm going to start shooting PRS. And I put a link there because I have my 6.5 Creedmoor and I have a 22 caliber rifle. And I was asking, which rifle you guys like the most for PRS. And it was great. I mean, the engagement was awesome. People were, everybody. There was not even one negative comment, which, I have like 18,000 followers on LinkedIn. But sure enough, it got banned. And I'm like, what in the world?
Did the video get banned, or did they delete your profile, or what's the extent of what they actually did?
Well, with the video, which was previous to this they took down my post, that previous video, they actually not canceled, but they put down my whole profile.
Oh, wow. So did you have to...
video,
Did you have to start over with a new profile, or did
No, I did not. I disputed it. I have very cordial, what you can call cordial conversation or through email with these people, but it didn't end up into anything else than they said, you know what, we're just going to let you run your profile again, but if this happens more and more and more, we're going to just wipe out your, cancel your profile completely.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it was very drastic. And so that's why I stopped posting much on LinkedIn. And then this was my first, the latest post that John wrote about was the first time I post again with something related to firearms after that huge deal that happened with that video. And then I was I wouldn't say frustrated because I've learned to see social media for what it is. They don't run my life. You know what I mean? I don't live by them, for them, or anything like that. However, as an individual who engage in social media, because that's how nowadays we can communicate the most to the masses, they're important tools to maintain.
Agreed.
So I thought, you know what, for LinkedIn, so then I blacked out the rifles and I colored them in blue, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, there you go, I solved your problem. Voila, you don't see him, and again, and it turned out that post was 10 or 100 times more engagement than the original one.
That's hilarious because people wanted to see you. Yeah, you thought you should maybe color it, make it look like a banana or something,
We've already done that.
Yeah. So, okay. So, and that actually brings up a point. So when we do, we broadcast this live over our YouTube channel, our radio show here. And when we would show a gun live, YouTube would boot us. And we found out, they showed us that if you're going live, can't show a gun. If it's recorded, if it's pre-recorded, and you post it, you can show a gun. But if it's live, no gun. Did they show you some kind of policy that was clear, or did they show you some kind of it's against our community standards or some kind of general malarkey? It's not clear because they said that you're not supposed to sell, you're not supposed to do anything that is dangerous, blah 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 blah. But none of that what they are saying or their rules I'm breaking. You know what I mean? I'm not saying absolutely nothing dangerous about it. I'm talking about a sport, PRS. Even somebody from Spain replied to my comment, sharing what is PRS in Spain. So even people in other parts of the world understand that PRS is a sport. So obviously, and that's why in my post I talk about motivated ignorance. So motivated ignorance in terms that most people understand is putting your head, having the head under the sand. It's like you don't want to hear it, you want to know it. It's bad, it's ugly, but you don't want to know anything about it. Interesting.
And right, so motivated ignorance, that's what it is, that you don't want to learn. And it's very interesting that happens in LinkedIn that we're supposed to be professionals, people are supposed to be professionals. You're supposed to be, I want to say intellectuals, but people who have possibly haven't, a certain rank in their profession, in their lives, whatever. And then you get these individuals that sometimes they engage in the most outrageous conversations I get. And to me, it's funny because I am a very chill person. Somebody can be screaming at me, and I don't scream at them. I just look at them and say, dude, what are you doing?
Well, it's a really good point about the fact that it's supposed to be for professionals. LinkedIn, all these social media platforms have kind of their own little niche or their own personality, and LinkedIn is supposed to be a bunch of professionals. So presumably you're not going to have children, on there. So it's not like they could claim, kids, and, think of the children. And, surprisingly, I wouldn't think that you'd have a bunch of snowflakes on LinkedIn because you kind of have to have a job to have a LinkedIn.
I don't think they know what she was talking about. Just the fact that a gun was involved, they just arbitrarily.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. They
whacked her.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Because when you stop and think about it, how many people will you have to hire to be knowledgeable of everything out there? That would be a challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the key thing was the gun.
So where does it stand? Where are you at with it now?
Oh no, I just left the post like that, and so
Okay.
to avoid more things, I'm just making kind of fun with it. I'm making fun with it, so having fun with that. So now I'm posting myself in obvious, let's say that it's obvious that I'm shooting per se, and so I kind of put a little sticker on top of the gun. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Or
That's hilarious.
or the last one, I put a sticker on top, in front of the gun that you can still see the shape of a pistol, so
Right.
people know it's a pistol. But then I put the sticker said "quote of the day," and then the caption was the whole Second Amendment.
So Alicia has a question for you.
Oh, I was just going to say, Gabby, so when Mike first introed that you were going to be on, I pulled you up on LinkedIn, and in the time that we've been talking, you've gained 6 followers.
Oh, look at
Just
that.
so you know.
Every single one of our listeners has now followed you on LinkedIn.
Ooh.
Hey, Gabby, I have a fellow competitive shooter here. His name's Action Jackson. He's 9 years old. He's just getting into competitive shooting.
Nice.
He shoots, I forget what he shoots, a Glock and something else. What else do you shoot?
BB gun.
No, and it's SIG and Glock. And he's really, really good. He has a question for you.
Yes.
What's your favorite gun?
Good question.
Yes. Well, it's a very important question, and it's, I would say, difficult to answer because there are different purposes for different firearms.
All right, everybody that he
So-
asked that question to, you all must have gone to Denny's and discussed this because everybody says the same thing.
Yep.
It's like picking out your favorite child. Hey, can you hang with us?
Actually, got 10 seconds. We got it. We quick pick one in 10 seconds.
Well, I want to say that Spirit, the Walther Arms PDP F series.
Nice.
Bingo.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.